I usually like to work behind the camera and do some editing. Gabe behind the camera as well, but he liked to come up with the ideas and produce them and make them happen. He was always big into that. And Carrots, can I call him Carrots? I'm gonna call him Carrots. I'll do that again. Ask me the question again, because I forget where I started.
They're guys who, I'm trying to think. Well, they're leaders. They like to, not only work on their own stuff, but they like to work with students. A lot of times, I'll see them trying to mentor freshmen or sophomores or younger students. So, not only do they take pride in their own work, but they enjoy, helping their fellow students out. So that's nice to see also. And it makes my job easier too, so.
Ryan, Gate, Matt, and I met at freshman orientation in July.
I remember we all thought Chris was like a 45-year-old grad student. Like we thought he was just an old-ass dude. He turned out to be like our age. He's also the first friend that I ever had on Facebook.
Initially, I looked at Gaten and he had a mohawk and he just looked like a delinquent. But through time, it took about maybe a day and a half. Then I realized he's a good guy. How did Carrots get his name?
The story of how I got my nickname, which is stuck, unfortunately, but we're doing an icebreaker called, take the letter of your first name and put it with a food or a vegetable or fruit or whatever.
Christian Carrot, which is weird. Christian's like a normal name. Yeah. And we're like, Christian. We're like, what the hell's that kid's name again? Oh yeah, Carrots. Something Carrots. What was it? And then we're just like, oh, let's call him Carrots.
Carrots stuck. Ryan actually is the one that said, kept calling me Carrots because he didn't remember my name. Ryan had this long kind of like, bowl cut skater kind of haircut.
Carrots, he had a funny haircut back then too. But both of them, as we just talked a little bit and got to know each other, we knew we were into the same kind of stuff, and we kind of took it from there and knew we wanted to work with each other, and it kind of blossomed into what it now is.
We ended up all living in the same building together in Logren, and me, Ryan, and Matt were just a couple doors down from each other. And Gayton was down below, but he would always be in the room.
Oh yeah, it's Rowdy, the tiger. The couch we got from the cleaning lady in the media center. We did a show called Breaking the Mold for a while, which was pretty cool.
Christian here in the studio right now. This is Breaking the Mold on Friday mornings from 10 a.m. till noon. Basically, it was just an opportunity for me to play a lot of the bands I like and that I'm friends with and everything like that. And it's funny because, when we came in with this concept, I just brought it in from high school. It was something that was really, great to do in high school. I had a lot of success. And I can recall vividly about 2-3 weeks into the semester, we're out in front of the LAC and we're talking about all these ideas that we want to do. And I said, well, how about breaking the mold? I pitched them the idea to go video. And they said, all right, cool, well, we'll try that. And within a week or two, we had our first band called The Status up here. And, God, it was bad. But the awesome thing about it was that it grew into something that no one ever expected it to.
You can get all of our old shows are on here embedded. Wow. Yeah, here's Chris when he had hair. Right? Tell me he doesn't look like he's 45. This was Breaking the Mold, the first show we ever made here. We had a graphic that came in. This kid made. It was really horribly animated.
Hey everybody, what's going on? This is Christian once again out here in the Starland Ballroom in the parking lot.
Yeah, we got really legit after a while, and that's when things started to pick up.
I knew we didn't have Xbox Live, and it was blocked on campus because they were afraid that it could be easily, kids could hack it and make security threats. So I went to the IT guy, and I was just like, hey, I did all this research, there's no need to block it, blah blah blah. And so we're sitting there, and I have Ryan in our room in Madonna, and he's like, all right, try it. And we're trying it, and it works, and it's great. So he's like, all right, cool. And he turned it on for the whole campus. And later that afternoon, we were in the cafeteria, and all the kids were just going crazy about it. And oh my God, you hear Xbox Live is up? And it was just really cool to see all the guys on campus freaking out that Xbox Live was back. But it's funny because we made a joke out of it because we said that I was the guy that broke up or put relationships on hold so guys could play Xbox Live on campus.
I remember when I signed on to do news. I started off as a camera guy on camera 3 in there, and the next year as a sophomore I worked up and the technical director was moving on, and I wanted to do that and kind of took interest in it. So I remember bringing Ernie in here, and he was all pissed off because he didn't want to teach someone all the stuff. But he brought me in here, and he sat me down, and it must have been for at least an hour. We went over what everything does, what everything on the board does, all the switches, all the mechanical stuff about it, and that's kind of where that started there and kind of took off. And from that point on, I enjoyed doing it. Then I did TD directing for 2.5 years. So that's kind of where that all started and grew. And this kind of became my little home right here. And yeah, now it's being passed on. It's a little sad to leave, but you gotta do what you gotta do. It's fun times though.
Another good quality about them is, as talented and as good as they are, they always seek out to learn new things. So, they'll come in and they'll, tell me about how they're, learning this new camera or this new editing program. They'll ask Ernie and I advice about things and see what we think. So they're not complacent. They always try to grow and try to learn and try to do more. And that's what you need. To be successful, you can't just say, okay, I mastered this, I'm good enough. You have to want to keep getting better no matter how good you are.
So that's it. My college career in a nutshell. Breaking the mold. 45-year-old friend that was actually my age. Matt and Ryan. Played Ryan's Xbox all the time. He kicked me out of the room for a while. Now we all live together. We're best friends. So, that's all I got for you.